Hello, world. It is Monday, May 15th, 2023. Looking out the window at Defiance, it's blue skies, sunny. Looks like a beautiful morning, a little chilly, relatively speaking. It was in the low 50s this morning, and I think we're not going to quite hit 70 today. So it's going to be one of the coolest days of the week, but beautiful day today. The devotion for today is entitled All Things New, Bit by Bit. Written by Vicki Kemper. And Vicki bases the devotion upon Revelation chapter 21, verse 5. And the one who was seated on the throne said, "See, I am making all things new." And then Vicki writes, "Perhaps you, like me, sometimes confuse the words new and instant. Perhaps you, like so many of us, expect newness to appear quite dramatically and suddenly. I'm beginning to understand this. I'm having trouble with my computer this morning. I'm beginning to understand this as magical and harmful thinking, the kind of unfulfilled hoping that could tempt us to lose faith, not only in newness, but also in the one who is making all things new. Not instantaneously, mind you, but incrementally, more methodically than dramatically. One faithful person, one unhealed wound, one ongoing injustice, one destabilizing crisis at a time. Consider the mRNA COVID vaccines that seem to come out of nowhere. A scientific breakthrough so seemingly new that some folks are unwilling to trust it. Yet the technology behind the vaccines was decades in the making. It is the product of several scientists who, independently of one another, spent years following solid data and intuitive hunches. When they ran into dead ends, they fashioned workarounds. They labored in obscurity and in what often looked like failure. For the sake of life and healing, they kept at it. Then, in a moment of great crisis, their disparate dots connected. Seemingly suddenly, all things were made new. Because of their doggedness, as much as their brilliance, countless lives have been saved. I wonder if this isn't how we can participate in God's making of a new heaven and a new earth, with hearts and minds open and hands to the plow, ever faithful to a vision we cannot see, all for the sake of love and healing. And the prayer. May I live by the faith that even now, at this very moment, you are making all things new, even me. Well, a couple things that came to mind in this devotion is one, the science side of it. The mRNA vaccine was, in fact, in development for decades, and its use for the COVID virus was something relatively new. But it had been something that had been in development for a very long time. And I think even for something like the COVID virus, it would have been in development for about 3 years as a viral carrier or a way to attack a virus. So sometimes what we don't know, I think, can hurt us because we assume one thing and the truth is something completely different. The other thing this this reminded me of is that you and I can be God's hands and feet in continuing the work of making all things new. It's a continuous process. It's not some miraculous overnight happening, but little by little, by person, step by step, action by action, we are the ones who are responsible for working out and making all things new together with God, with God's help. So it's all part of us. It's all part of you and me, and it's all part of God. Hope you have a good day. Hope you can enjoy some of this sunshine that we're having, and I hope to see you tomorrow.